Yeah, the restaurant business is a hard business. I mean, the actual lease for any business, any retail business is, restaurants or clothes shops, whatever it is crazy. I mean, we had someone on, I was actually coaching a little while ago, and she's an AOE member. I'm sure she's on this call. And she was actually telling me she had a store in Westfield on the Gold Coast, and she was paying her rent was $19,000 a month. It was insane. And she was making 20,000, 21,000 a month, and her rent was 19. And that's just not sustainable. And she's like fantastic. She has great products in that store. And so she basically wanted to move online. But a lot of the retail stores, the reason why they're struggling is because they don't really have their lease is just way too expensive. Like it's way too much, right? They'll never ever get ahead. And a lot of them don't even calculate exactly how many sales they need before they get into a store. If you're selling shirts, for example, men's shirts, and you open up a store and you want to open it up in a really affluent area or in a big shopping center, and your rent is 20,000 and you're selling a shirt for $100, right? Then how many shirts do you need to sell? You need to sell 200 shirts a month, right? Just to break even. Is that even possible to sell five, six, seven shirts a day, right? That's something to think about, and a lot of people don't actually work that out and work out those numbers. But when you got on Amazon, for example, you're paying $50 a month, right? And once you've got all the costs down pat in terms of your inventory and everything else, um, you don't have to pay 5 or 10 grand just in leasing an Amazon store. There's going to be other expenses, of course, if you have your products in storage and things like that, but it's still not that much, right? Compared to what these store owners are putting themselves through. And that's why online is way more attractive, right, than retail. But retail can work, um, but it just depends what you do, right? And it depends how you calculate it. But also, anyone that has a retail store should be online. I remember David Jones and Maya, they took way too long to get online. And I remember thinking, why aren't they online yet? So all of these kind of big stores, anyone that has retail, if they're their products and that's their brand, they should be putting it on Amazon Fashion. They should be having an own website. They should be running promotions. And when the actual revenue does better than their store or something like that, they should just probably close their store, right? Or keep their store open if they want to. But they should definitely be online. So, and a lot of these shops are not. I know someone who she makes dog bowls and dog collars, and it's a Australian made product. And she has a store. She's not online, and she has a store in Australia. And I remember thinking, why, you got these great products, but you went straight into a store. You should definitely be online, and she's definitely struggling with that. So, but yeah, is Etsy more for homewares, handmade items? Yeah, so Etsy's interesting, right? Because initially they went to it was just handmade products, right? That's how Etsy was. It was just handmade products. And then they kind of did something interesting, right? They weren't growing quick enough. They were still growing a lot, but then they basically just opened it up for everyone, right? And if you go to like Etsy now, if we go to Etsy, let's see if they still have some of these products that are being sold on there. So if we go to Etsy, just do 50F. All right, so let me just kind of pull something out for a second. That needs to be a bit of a different call. It's been nice. Right. And then Etsy, what they did was it wasn't handmade items anymore. So people listing like glasses. So these glasses here, for example, right, they're on Amazon, right? So people selling these on Amazon. So there's a lot of Amazon sellers that have come to Etsy to sell their products. Like you can sell glasses now, right? You can sell tumblers, you can sell these gifted candles, and where before it was just handmade. And the reason why I think they did that was because they wanted to really increase their amount of sales, right? That they're actually doing and the subscribers that Etsy have. And it worked really, really well, right? So again, if you have an Amazon product that could fit Etsy, put it on Etsy, right? You get way less competition than Amazon, but also stay on Amazon, right? So be on both Amazon and Etsy. If you look at some of these guys, I mean, 8,900 reviews for this class, right? Now they're selling for 11, 10 euro, and then you got to pay for shipping. And so this is made to order, right? So that's good, made to order. Yeah, maybe they have changed it, digital download, made to order. All right, so this one's just a normal candle. So yeah, just have a look and just make sure that your product can fit in here. But there are products where they are made to order and some of them are not, right? And some of them they say made to order, but they're actually not, right? They'll probably have like 5 or 6 different variations. But yeah, it's very interesting. So always have a look to see if you can get your product onto Etsy. I definitely would. And you can also get some inspiration here for product ideas for Amazon, right? Because we know the 50th birthday niche, for example, is very big in Amazon. It's actually the biggest birthday on Amazon in terms of sales. But you might come here and realize that this particular calendar here is not on Amazon or is not being provided as a gift for Amazon. And then you can kind of change that up slightly and you can put it on there, right? So again, it's an idea. So the party post, 50th birthday, it's pretty cool, right? They do that and they sell a lot of these, right? A lot of this stuff. And then you also, with Etsy, you get sales from all around the world, right? So we're shipping our stuff to tiny towns in Europe when I was in Vietnam that I'd never heard of, and to America, to Australia, to everywhere else, right? So again, it could be a really cool idea.